Welcome back, everyone. So what are we out doing in the yards? We are making splits now, and so these splits we will grow. We're on the tail end of our honey flow here. Ideally what we'll do is the larger colonies will split as many times as we can get out of them. These smaller ones that grew up during the flow will come in here. We're going to leave the queen behind here if we can find her. If she's not marked, we'll go ahead and mark her, and then we'll pull a split out. And most of the brood out as well. And so this gives the hive a brood break to help destroy the mites reproductive cycle. So this is the first line of defense that we do. So we go in here and for our split we want a frame of food. So this one is all food. It goes in a nuke box. And we'll be feeding them, and then we will destroy the queen cells in the split part, and we will get new queens that we will be raising in the for the split. But they're going to go through an entire brood break. So as you can see, it's a good nice brood here, capped brood. That's what we want. We're looking for the queen. We want to find her. Like I said, we want to keep her in this box. So, but we're going to take this brood and we're going to put it in the split. And then they need food, and we'll feed them. And we're only going to take 2 frames. So I usually take a frame of brood, or 2 frames of brood and a frame of food for a split right now, and then we'll shake some bees in here. Depending on how much brood they have will depend on how many splits I can take. Just keeping an eye out for the queen. So we do this for all of our colonies right now, and so what we're doing is we're removing a lot of the brood. We're making our splits, so we're making increases. These will go out to new property owners' yards. We'll get queens mated in here, or mated queens in them, but we let them go through an entire brood break, so it lessens our population, so that doesn't need as much food. So here's that queen right here. So beautiful queen right there in the middle, red. So she is marked. So we're going to leave her here because we want her with the foragers, and she'll keep laying, but it's going to decrease some of her numbers, and so it's going to decrease the amount of food that they need. Decreased numbers also results in a decrease in mite population. And so there's nothing wrong with it. That's what we like to see. So here's another frame of brood. Stick it over here. We're going to count the brood frames right quick to see what we can get out of here. What we'll do for this old hive is we're going to give her 2 frames of drawn comb down here so the queen can keep laying in this hive. With the foragers, we're going to make sure they got a frame of food, and then we'll give them some empty frames to draw out as well. So they'll continue to draw, being fed. Here's a good frame to lead for her. Has lots of empty space in it so she can keep laying. That looks like a new frame they drew. Anyways, so keep that with them. And we'll let her have this little bit of brood as well. So she's going to have 2 frames of brood and then an empty frame that she can draw on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start shaking some bees off into this box. Shake them. And then these bees right here that are hanging out, we're just going to scoop them up too. We're going to put them in. We want a lot of bees because we're going to be leaving this. We're just moving it behind it. So we want the bees in this loop. So we want plenty of bees because all the foragers are going to come right back to this hive right here. So this is where they're going to come to. And so the nuke, the split part, will lose the foragers for a bit. And then we're going to put an empty frame. This one got a little bit of comb on it going. We'll put that one right here next to here. This one that had the queen on it, we'll push her back into the middle. You'll want the frames. They're nice wax, freshly waxed frames. Put in here. We'll put in 3 here. This one has a little bit of comb as well. Put those in there. And then this one is complete here. So now the queen is left here with the foragers. We've reduced her brood. She will continue to lay. We will pull the brood out of here, up here in this split over here. We gave them a frame of food, so there's 3 frames of brood in here, but it's probably equal to about 2 whole ones. With a frame of food here, we'll give them an empty frame as well to draw. We're going to set this one behind this, up against the back of the fence over here. And so then that's a split. We're going to let them go through a complete brood break. And what we will do is in 7 days, well, about 6 days, we'll come in here and we'll destroy all their queen cells. And then they will go through a complete brood break. And at that time, if you want to hit them with an oxalic acid, you can knock those bites back really, really hard at this time. And so mite population peaks about end of July and stuff. So we will get them a new queen in this split, and this queen is going to be mated and born after summer solstice. So when this queen is born after the summer solstice, she will lay like a spring queen, and she will just ramp up this population in both of these. So once we get a queen in this one and stuff, then we will get a queen over here, and we will replace this queen, and we might split her down. So going forward, we will keep our colonies all to 4 frames of brood. So we won't let them have any more of that. And so we do this going until about September, or Oklahoma weather says we can't mate anymore and get reliable queens. The later in the season, you want to make sure that nuke is heavier. So if this was happening in late August, or September, or September splits and stuff, I mean, we're pulling 3 to 4 frames of brood with a mated queen at that time. And we're not necessarily doing a brood break, because all of our queens have been replaced. They're all pre-summer solstice or post-summer solstice, and they're ready to, or they're acting like that spring queen that we want going in. Queens born after summer solstice and mated lay in our area. I mean, through the whole entire winter, they'll keep a small frame of brood on them, so that's really nice. And but they can we're diminishing mite reproduction. We're lessening the colonies mouths to feed, so we're done with our honey flow. Pretty much, I've gotten the honey that I want and that our property owners need, and so now what we're doing is we're just decreasing a natural, a non-chemical way. There's no point in keeping massively large colonies. To me, I'm not in the migratory business side, so we're not chasing honey flows or anything like that. So this is what we're doing though, making the summer splits and getting new queens in all of our hives. And like I said, we'll do this until hopefully September, and we just keep knocking them out and keep placing them on new people's yards and everything like that. All right, y'all be keeping it real out there. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.